Hi, Dr. Joe Vitale here. I want to give you a special lesson to answer the question, how does the law of attraction and Ho'oponopono combine? How do you use them together? A lot of people have heard about the law of attraction, which of course was made famous with the movie The Secret, and made famous with a bunch of books that I've written about the law of attraction. And the law of attraction, in general terms, means you tend to pull into your life a match to your unconscious beliefs. So if you tend to believe something repeatedly and with emotion and with imagery, you will most likely attract it into your life. For most of us, what we focus on is about the things we fear or we hate. But what we have to do is awaken from that and focus more on the things that we love. So when you focus on what you want to have, do, or be in your life, and you do it with repetition, you do it with imagery, and you do it with emotion, you then start to pull in what you prefer. So you're using the law of attraction in a very focused, intentional way. And the law of attraction is incredibly powerful. I use it. I'm using it today. I'm using it right now. So I love it. But it's not the be-all and end-all, and it's not the only law. So now let's look at Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono is the spiritual tradition where you take complete responsibility for everything in your life, and you realize that everything in life is alive. The world is alive, the trees are alive, I'm alive, you're alive, the furniture is alive, the computer is alive, the camera is alive. And you treat everything with great respect because it is alive. Also, Ho'oponopono, as you know by now, is based on at least 4 phrases. And now, of course, we have a 5th phrase that I've introduced in the Advanced Ho'oponopono Practitioner Certification course. And the 4 basic phrases are, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And you're using these phrases, as well as the 5th phrase, to clear yourself of your data, your negativity, your perceptions. It's a very powerful tool. People use it for all kinds of things in their lives. I've seen them correct problems with finances, with relationships, with their health, just about anything you can name, including healing pets and healing loved ones. And of course, all the healing is focused on the inside of you. You're not focused on other people, you're focused on your reaction, your responses, and your perception of other people. So in short, Ho'oponopono becomes this incredible healing tool, a clearing tool. And so how do you use Ho'oponopono with the law of attraction? So let's go even deeper. The way I teach the law of attraction is to understand that you have to deep dive into understanding that law. And the law doesn't work on what you consciously think, it works on what you unconsciously think. So most people misunderstand this. Most people see the movie The Secret, or they have a superficial understanding of the law of attraction, and they think, all I have to do is think it and feel it, and it'll show up in my driveway. Well, sometimes that happens. But more often than not, you have what I call counter intentions. And to me, this is the missing secret. I even have an audio program called The Missing Secret. And I have books like The Awakening Course and the book The Key, which dives into the understanding that you have to go deeper into yourself to clear yourself of what I'm calling these counter intentions, so you can then attract, using the law of attraction, what you want to have, do, or be. For example, if you say you want more money, but unconsciously you think you don't deserve it, or money is bad, or there's not enough money to go around, or there's scarcity, or money will corrupt you. If you have any sort of negative thoughts in your unconscious, you will block your own efforts to attract money. Are you starting to see what I'm talking about here? So consciously you can say, I want more money, or I want the ideal romance, or anything you want. But unconsciously, if you think all the good ones are taken, or you think money's bad or will corrupt you in some way, you will sabotage your own efforts and you won't attract what you want. So what do you do about this? Well, this is where Ho'oponopono runs into the rescue, and this is where you combine Ho'oponopono with the law of attraction. Ho'oponopono then becomes a clearing tool. So, when you discover that you're trying to attract something and you're hitting blocks or roadblocks, or you just feel like it's not working for you, what you have to do is realize that you have unconscious counterintentions. You have limiting beliefs. You have things in your mind that are opposite to your intention. And these counterintentions are is a form of programming. It's data, to use Ho'oponopono terms. Maybe you downloaded this from your parents. Maybe you inherited it from your great-grandparents. Science calls this epigenetics, where you often will inherit traits, not from your parents, but from your grandparents and your great-grandparents. So in one form or another, you have these beliefs, these counter-intentions, this negativity in your mind. And so you need to remove it, you need to clear it and delete it in order to allow the law of attraction to bring you what you want. So now what you do is you state what you want. That is one of the first steps in the law of attraction. What do you want? What's your intention? And you imagine it and you feel it. But if you notice you have emotions that are counter to your feeling. In other words, you might feel confused, or you might feel doubtful, or you might feel skeptical, or you start having thoughts like, well, this works for Joe Vitale, it works for other people, but it doesn't work for me. Or maybe you become a blanket skeptic and you think none of this stuff ever works. All of that are beliefs. They're all part of a data system. They're all part of a paradigm. They're all part of a programming. So you use Ho'oponopono to clear the programming. Ho'oponopono, the basic phrases, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And as a reminder, what you're doing is you feel, you don't even have to know what the beliefs are. You feel the emotion. See, emotions and feelings to me are indicators of where you're out of present time. Emotions are feelings and indicators that tell you you've gone unconscious, that there is a belief that's been triggered in you. And you want to clear the belief so you can be in the present, so you can be clear, so you can see your options, so you can see the miracle of now, and then you can also attract what you want, because the blocks will be gone, the interference will be gone, the counter intentions will be gone. So you feel whatever that feeling is. It could be frustration, it could be skepticism, it could be embarrassment, it could be shame, it could be guilt, it could be any number of things. So you feel whatever it is that you're feeling within yourself, and as you feel it, you say the phrases inside yourself. You don't have to say them out loud, and you don't ever say them to anybody else. You say them inside yourself. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And as you know, you say them in any order that you like, and as you're saying these phrases, you're addressing them to your sense of a higher power. You can call the higher power God. You can call it the universe. You can call it the divine. Sometimes I call it the whiteboard. Dr. Hulen and I used to call it zero. I sometimes today call it the great something, because I came out with a music CD and I titled it the great something. And so the great something is this mystical, mysterious, all-powerful force, like a higher power. And we are it, and we are of it, and we are in it. And so the four phrases are our way of communicating with the higher power and petitioning it to remove the counter intentions, to release the limiting data, to make it okay for us to have, do, or be whatever we want. Excuse me while I change my computer before it starts talking. So we're very much in the moment here. This is live, this is real. This is Joe Vitale in his office talking to you, and occasionally interruptions from the computer, which just wakes up and comes alive. So back on track. What you're saying are the four phrases within yourself as you're feeling whatever you're feeling, and you're addressing it to the great something as a request to heal it, to clear it, to remove it. So if you say, I want to attract more money, and you realize you're not attracting more money, so maybe doubt starts to come into your mind. Or maybe you start thinking, well, maybe there isn't enough money to go around. Or maybe it works for other people and it doesn't really work for me. Or maybe money really is evil. Those are all beliefs. And you can clear those beliefs. And you clear those beliefs with using a tool like Ho'oponopono. So are you starting to see how you combine these? The law of attraction is saying you're going to attract what you tend to focus on unconsciously. If you're using the law of attraction and you notice you're not attracting what you want, whether it's money or health or relationships or spirituality or awakening or a car or a house, whatever it happens to be, it doesn't matter. And you notice you're not attracting it, then you have to look within and say, okay, what's going on in me that might be blocking this from happening? You don't have to know the beliefs. You don't have to pinpoint them and write them out. If you do know them, great. But Ho'oponopono works on the hidden. It works on the unseen. It works on the data that's preventing you from being in the miracle of now. And so you begin by saying, all right, I'd like to have more money. I'm noticing I don't have more money. What's going on in me? All right, divine, great something, universe. What I ask you to do is to heal this, to remove this. Please forgive me for any beliefs that I have in me that is stopping my intention from being attracted into my life. I'm sorry for the beliefs that I may have inherited unknowingly, unconsciously, subconsciously, that might still be there operating. Thank you for taking care of the beliefs, for healing me, for making me whole, for making me better, for bringing me back into the present of the miracle of abundance. And I love you for my life. I love you for this process. I love you for taking care of me. I love you for taking care of me and bringing me back into the moment, into the miracle of now. So you can see where the 4 phrases are kind of a short form for a longer process. And I've only demonstrated it here and narrated it so you have a better understanding of what I'm talking about. Now, of course, in the Advanced Practitioner Ho'oponopono course, you will learn all about this. But I wanted to make sure that you really understand, in case it ever comes up for you, or in case it's an issue for you, how do you apply Law of Attraction with Ho'oponopono? Well, they work perfectly together. They're not in conflict at all. Ho'oponopono ends up being a tool to increase your powers of attraction. Ho'oponopono ends up being this process that helps you remove any of the blocks that might be in your unconscious mind or subconscious mind or conscious mind so that you can have, do, or be what you've said you want. Ho'oponopono ends up being the right arm to the left arm of Law of Attraction. So you merge them both together and you start to use them. And now you have more power. Now you have more focus. Now you have more clarity. And you should be getting excited about this because this paves the way for miracles. Now, I always remind people, this is the miracle, this moment. The past moment's gone. The future moments aren't here yet. The point of power is right now. This is the point of power. This is the miracle right now. Right with you, right with me. This is it. And the more you can be in each moment, the more you will attract great things into your life. Because what you attract is based on what you're doing and feeling in this moment. So when you're in the moment and you're feeling grouchy or unhappy or low energy, you're going to attract more moments like that. But when you're in this moment and you're upbeat and your vibe is high and you're grateful and you're loving and you're expectant and optimistic and more, you start to attract more of that into your life. So whenever you notice that you are feeling something that is other than bliss, note that something's going on in you. That feeling is an indicator of a belief. And that belief can be cleared with Ho'oponopono. And then when you clear it, you're now in this moment, and now you can attract even faster. So I wanted to give you this as a bonus tutorial, if you will. And I want to encourage you to practice Ho'opono all the time. When you first start doing it, you might have to put yellow stickies on your computer, your phone, your bed, your refrigerator as a reminder. Do Ho'oponopono, say the 4 phrases and the new 5th phrase, and start making that a habit. And then over time, it'll become part of the self-talk. I know decades ago, my self-talk was nothing but criticism and negativity and almost always about me. So I was being brutal to myself. But over time, the Ho'oponopono started to clear out, and the new self-talk was, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and the new 5th phrase. So all of that is now taking place automatically, which is so cool because it's cleaning the road through life. I say, and I think I say it in the course, that Ho'oponopono is like a street sweeper that comes out at 3 in the morning. When you're sleeping, you know, the snow blowers might come out depending where you live, the street sweepers might come out depending where you live, and they clean the roads. So that when you get up and you go to work or you go to the coffee shop or you go for your dates or whatever you do, the roads are clean and you didn't even know it. Ho'oponopono cleans your path through life. So if you apply Law of Attraction, what do you have, do, or what would you like to have, do, or be, and you use Ho'oponopono with it, you become a kind of super being, kind of a superhero, and you're tapping into the great something, and so you have this supreme power at your beck and call. So we live in exciting times, and because you've invested in the Advanced Ho'oponopono Practitioner Certification Program, you are even going into the deep end and learning this at a degree that most people don't have a clue about. So take it on, use it, and become this warrior of light. a warrior of love, or an ambassador of love if you prefer. An ambassador of love. That's what I want you to be. All right. I love you. Expect miracles. Thanks.